Welcome to Local Ag. This is your Bedford County, Virginia podcast. And this month we have two special guests with us. We have Ronnie Gross and we have Dorothy McIntyre. So we have some fun things happening. It's fall. It's the time of the year where everyone loves to get out there to farmers markets and orchards and farms and so forth. So we're going to talk to some folks and see what you can do here in your neck of the woods in Bedford County and enjoy our wonderful ag life. So Ronnie, what do you have going on this coming weekend?
Well, first of all, let me thank you for having us today. Gross's Orchard is always very appreciative of any type of marketing, and this is a great opportunity to get the word out. September the 14th would have been my father's 90th birthday, and he died October 2nd of last year. So we're doing a memorial. It's the Walter T. Gross Family Fun Day. He loved kids so much. So he was very passionate about families visiting the farm and, of course, agriculture in general in Bedford County. So this is an opportunity to remember him and remember his legacy that he left behind. And we're really looking forward to it and hope everyone can come out that day.
Excellent. I love the reason behind it. So what type of events or what kind of experiences would families have on Saturday? What could they plan on enjoying?
Well, in general, it's a day of fun, food, family, and entertainment. We'll have music. We have 3 different bands playing starting at 12 o'clock on Saturday, and we will go to about 4. We'll have all different types of food and vendors, including Chapel Creek Farm will be there with their grass-fed beef. And, of course, everybody knows Chapel Creek Farm here in Bedford. It's a great way to promote their business as well as our own, and we have partnered up with them for this Saturday. So Neil Agee will be cooking on site, so make sure you get an opportunity to come by and sample some of that Bedford County beef.
Yes, excellent. I see you have some apples in front of you. So what apples are available now?
Well, there's quite a few, actually. It's a little bit early this season. It's sort of ironic. Peaches were late, and apples are early with the moisture and temperatures we've had. As we all know, the weather's been all over the board this summer, from a drought to, we actually had a 7-inch rain, July 27th. 7 inches of water fell in one evening after 8 o'clock. And on one farm, we had 4 inches where we raised mostly peaches. But anyhow, it just escalated and enhanced the ripening of the fruit. So we are now dealing with finishing up peaches as of this past Tuesday. We finished harvesting. And now, of course, we have multiple varieties of apples.
So if anyone's looking to make an apple pie this coming Sunday, would they be able to get a good apple pie apple, or too soon?
Oh, no, absolutely. We have Gala, Golden Delicious, Red Delicious, McIntosh, Northern Spy. We have numerous varieties. It's about 30 different ones to select from. And, of course, we do offer a U-Pick program. So they're welcome to select their own or pick their own. It's the same cost, no additional charge for entry fee into the orchard. So with that being said, you purchase your bag. It's marked. When they go out into the field, if they don't find everything that they like or for a certain type, they're welcome to top their bag off in the building.
Oh, that's great. That's really fair. Or if you have kids with you and they get tired and you just can't do it anymore, you can still be successful.
Yeah, and that happens too. And a lot of times we have a map now that spells out where everything's at.
That's awesome.
And it's enlarged. So it's a reference point. They take a photo with their phone. Everybody has phones nowadays. So it makes it really easy when you get out into the field. You still have that in your phone and you can find different varieties.
That's awesome. I love that. When I make an apple pie, I always like to put different types of apples. I like the sweet and the tart. And I think it always makes a good, harmonious recipe. I always tell folks, blend it up. So apple pie season is here.
Yes, it is. And we have several dates I'd like to mention. October the 5th, Humankind, which is an adoption agency in Lynchburg and here in Bedford, they will be having an event centered around children and families. and they're using the grounds there. We're supporting them. We've worked with them on several events, and it's very much, of course, family oriented. And on October the 19th, our main event, which is the Apple Harvest Festival, pretty much daylight to dark, and again, fun, food, and entertainment there on the grounds. Mm-hmm. And the last event of the year is November 2nd, and that's the Apple Valley 5K foot race. We always take the proceeds from that. Teresa Boyes is the race director here from Bedford. She was a track coach at LU, so she's very good to work with. And Teresa, last year, I think it was Hospice House. This year, it's the Bedford Boys Tribute Center.
So it seems what I hear is a lot of family, community, yay children. So it seems like a really welcoming spot. So if someone is new to the area, or if they're a longtime resident of Bedford, I think they would find a happy spot and a good experience at Gross's Orchard.
We try to make sure our goal is customer service and to make sure that no one goes away dissatisfied. And we try to have a 100% rating.
That's a good goal, because I think, and Dorothy, you might see this in farmers markets too, but I think people like it when they're not considered a number and they're really considered a valued asset to walking into your building, your establishment, your program. So I think that's a good goal. I'm sure you see that in a farmers market aspect as well. So anything else you need to say about Gross's Orchard or brag on your daddy or anything else? This is the time.
Well, one of the logos he come up with my sister, Kathy, who is a partner there at Gross's Orchard. Now, I will say this. My dad was much easier to work for than my sister. She's been really rough on me. And hopefully she's listening, so she'll lighten up. But my dad come up with the logo, Go Gross Orchard. And the letters being, of course, Gross Orchard. And we have decals that you can put in the back of your windows.
I love it.
And if you do that and take, again, a photo with your phone, when we have events and you come to the register to check out, this will give you discounts on product because you are helping us market Gross Orchard.
Oh, I might steal that idea. Okay, I'm stealing that. That's a great idea because we have some stickers ourselves. So anyway, I'm excited about, A, having you on here, and B, just learning about what is available in our own community. Bedford is such a rich ag community, and we're hopeful that this podcast will help bridge the gap between the non-farming community and the farming community. So I think obviously allowing people to step foot on your farm property is one way to get people interested in ag in Bedford. So I think that's great. But please, do you have anything else to add? Because we're all ears.
Just that we've been in direct marketing for a long time. You know, it's a multi-generational farm. I don't know that we, maybe our ancestors had apple seeds in their pocket in 1492 here this way. But we have been in retail a long time, to the point that we used to do 3-day trip to Lynchburg, 1 day to go down, 1 day to sell, and 1 day to come back with horse and wagon. So, and Bedford County is so fortunate. I also am a real estate agent here in Virginia, and going to different municipalities and seeing what the Ag Board does here in Bedford County, Jeff Powers and different ones that are involved. I did serve on the Ag Board for a short period of time. It's just impressive. Not that we should be comparing to other communities, but it's amazing when you go in different areas and what Bedford has done. And it's just and it is the world's best little town.
It is. Well, I'm glad you brought that up because in the intro, I failed to share that this podcast is a little brainchild of the Bedford County Economic Development Agriculture Advisory Board, which we lovingly call the Ag Board, as you can tell. But yes, this segment and these episodes are all because of our Bedford County Ag Board, and we're glad that we have the opportunity to bring this to our area. So, well, thank you. I feel very pumped up for Saturday, and I'm excited, and I feel like it's just going to be a good day. And it is rain or shine.
That is correct.
And I think, did you mention admission?
There's no admission. No.
Another reason to love it.
Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Well, we're going to turn it over to Miss Dorothy now, who's going to share with us her experience with working with a few of the farmers markets that we have here in the county, and brag on them, because I know when we're at Ag Board meetings and you're giving totals about how many people are coming, it's to me, it's a humbling to me to hear it. But for you, I'm sure it took a lot of work to get to those numbers. So go ahead and tell us about your markets, their locations, dates, and just brag away.
Sure. I'll start with Manitas Market, which is a second-year market. We just finished up. That's why that one's a little bit easier to talk about right now, because we don't have ongoing events going on. We started in May. We'll start again May 7th. It's a little market right now, only second year. We had an average of 10 vendors each week. We had about 100, 150 customers come through. It's on Wednesday afternoons, 3 to 7, and we are rain or shine. We're up by the Manita Library. They've been gracious enough to work with me to bring an area that would collectively bring the community together with the market and with the library, and the library having so many events at that particular spot.
Yeah.
Which is pretty interesting. So, and we had some locals, and then we had a lot of repeat vendor customers coming in. So it was a nice little market. It held its own, and we'll be back again next year. I have a few new vendors that are interested in coming, so that'll be nice.
And so it starts back up in May, and the season goes for Manita, it goes until?
We go till the end of August. We found out that with it being a vacation area, that there's not quite enough traffic to maintain a September, October kind of
understood.
Market, where Forest
it's in a different category.
It's 12 months out of the year there, but it's just a vacation area.
So in Manita, what kind of vendors, like what kind of products did people get to enjoy?
Well, it is a producer only. They can only bring in what they've raised, grown, created, or produced. And of course, we have Gross's Orchard there as an anchor, which we love. They support us. We have local meat. We have soaps. We have produce. We have local wineries that come occasionally. We have woodworkers that come occasionally. Spice blends. There's a gentleman that comes in about once a month with spice blends. And we actually have some fun. We have a person, Brownie Copia, who makes gourmet brownies. She came in and sold out right away. It was amazing. This young entrepreneur, she's 25 years old, and she's rocking it.
That's great. So my other question was, being on a Wednesday, how do you think you were catching folks coming home, or like that's an interesting time? And to me, it sounds like on the way home, kind of we'll stop by the market.
That was our hope. That was our hope. I'm not quite sure if we are capturing that. We did decide to be directly on 122, so that we could get people coming from Roanoke going to Bedford going to Roanoke. I think that we need still a little bit more time to find out if we are capturing them. We're getting a lot of the retirees that are coming in, some children, families with children, but that was our hope, that as they were coming home or coming back from picking up kids, that we would be able to capture them. So.
And are you still thinking that Wednesday is going to be your day next year?
We are definitely going to go Wednesday. I feel like we need to give that a strong start. So I think, and we did see an increase.
Good.
So I think that it should be a good day and time. We'll have to see how the next year goes. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the next one that you mentioned now, Dorothy, what is your role? Do you say?
Both markets are LLCs, so I'm sole proprietor, owner, market manager. Every hat you could put on, I have it on. Both of these markets.
For those two markets, but there's other markets in the county as well. But you're just speaking on the ones that you're.
I am speaking on those two. There are. We could talk about that. Montvale has a market. It is on every other Saturday, 8 to noon. It's by the Manita, the Montvale Elementary School.
The old one, not the current one. Yeah.
Now that's interesting. I didn't know. That's right.
Yep.
So theirs is every other week, and I believe they have one this weekend.
I think I saw a post on that. Yes.
And then there's the Bedford Community Market, which is down at the Pavilion. That one is also on Saturdays. That's 8 to noon. I believe that one goes till the end of October.
Okay. So those are other options. So pretty much anywhere in the county, you have the availability to get to a farmer's market.
At this point, yeah.
That's awesome.
I think Boonesboro really doesn't have, like Boonesboro and maybe Evington, but we are slowly growing.
Gotcha.
Because when I started, it was Bedford and myself, and then I think Moneta came first, and then Montvale, or Montvale, then Moneta. I'm not sure which way that went.
Well, that's still encouraging that there's a need for it. So let's talk about Forest Farmers Market now. I know that's the one that got a big smile on your face.
Yeah. My little market, which isn't little anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the Forest Farmers Market is rain or shine, producer only again. We start the beginning of April and run through, this will be the first year, we run through the Saturday before Thanksgiving. That was a little bit of the community giving me input that they were like, we would end at October and then we'd start up again in November. They're like, why don't you just continue on? So we'll see how that goes. I think that should still be a very good, strong market.
Mm-hmm.
We are on Saturdays, 8 to noon, and we're behind the Forest Library.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we've partnered with the libraries because it's just a great experience for people to be able to go to the library and experience all the library has to offer, and then have the farmers market there.
Right. So it's another thread, like we were talking about with Ronnie, like community, family, like all this, putting it together so it's really attainable for everyone. Mm-hmm. Okay. Talk numbers about Forest, about how many vendors, what that looks like, and how many guests come through.
Yes, the guests, they're amazing. So we average about 45 to 50 vendors each week. I think it's maybe 30 of them are regular season, which means that they'll be there every week unless they have an event for themselves. Mm-hmm. The rest of them are guest vendors, and they'll rotate through, whether it's jewelry, art, what else do we have that comes in? The brownies, baked goods. So there's a variety, and it's ever changing each week at that market. And we seem to have exploded a little bit more this year. It used to be between 12 and 1,600 people come through each week. Now it's about 2,000 to 2,100 people
every Saturday.
Every Saturday, yes.
And they're bringing their own bags and filling up on goodies, or they're just browsing. What is the...
They buy. It's interesting, we do have several that come through, and it's just an experience for them. But most of the time, they are there to buy, especially between 8 and 9. They are beelining for any of the produce and the meat.
I was just going to say, where are the spots where you have to get there as soon as possible because they may sell out? Or
Gross's Orchard. They seem to have captured every person that comes through.
Good.
And there's meats, and then there's the breads. The breads go quite quickly. Mm-hmm. Each time I add another baked goods coming in, they tend to sell out too. So they're really interested in local made bread, produce, meats.
Good.
Yeah.
That is great. And what is a trend that you are seeing in the farmers market world? What are you seeing that maybe just is sticking out a little bit more than other things?
I'm seeing it getting younger and younger, which is really quite interesting because they're embracing the local. Mm-hmm. A lot of young families are coming in, whether they're just coming in to see the experience or they're bringing their kids. We're pet friendly, so we have a lot of dogs come through, and they're trying to acclimate the dog to people, which is kind of interesting. But there's a lot of younger people coming in, a lot of questions of how things are raised or what they're fed. One of the things that is interesting I overheard is somebody was asking if they had eggs, and the vendor said yes, and they said, are they free range or are they how do you raise them? Mm-hmm. But then they were like, well, what do you feed them? So they're so hyper focused on the local and how it is raised to know that they're getting quality.
I think since 2020, folks are realizing, hey, it would behoove me to really have a face-to-face conversation with the person raising, growing my food. And I think the farmers markets and direct sales, that's what we can provide, is the opportunity for folks to really see who is raising their food or growing their food. And I think that holds a lot of value to people now that maybe before they didn't consider that it was important. And now they consider it
a lot of times they are surprised that they're talking to the farmer, that it's not reselling, because I've had several people ask for Moneta, why don't you bring in more produce? You could get somebody that goes to the auction and bring that to the farmer's market. And I'm like, well, then you don't know how that was raised. You don't know how it was grown or packed. So to me, it's very important for both markets to maintain.
Yeah, and the transparency of people having the ability to chat with and ask those questions. And it's something else which you said about younger folks. We're seeing that people are very interested, younger folks with lots of children, and they say things like, we want to know what we're feeding our children. And that's a key thing I hear. The other thing that I am seeing from a beef producer is that things that our grandmothers used to do that we thought, oh my gosh, she's just in the kitchen so long, whether it's making your own broth or using the beef fat to make tallow. We're seeing that people are like, I get it.
Huge
I get why grandma was doing that. She's saving money. She's using all the available parts to the animal and not wasting anything. And I have seen every week somebody asks me one of those grandma questions, and we're like, yeah, grandma knew what she was doing.
I don't know if you've ever tried the tallow.
Yeah,
the tallow bombs. They are amazing.
Well, last week we sold some beef fat, and the lady said, I spent this much money on beef fat, and I buy like a tub of it for like $30. And I was like, yeah, you can learn to make it yourself and save money. So I think people are really looking to be wise with their money, stretching their budget, but also being just knowledgeable and mindful about where their products are coming from. So yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. Well, I feel really, again, just really blessed. I think Ronnie said it, just when you look around at what we have here in Bedford County in regards to ag, we are super fortunate, and we have all these resources around and opportunities. And even if you just want to go and see apple trees, you can get in there free. You don't have to, you can walk around at the farmer's market. So there's so many things that you can do, make good memories with your family, and experience Bedford County ag. So there's one more thing coming up this Saturday, besides the wonderful event at Gross's. The Blue Ridge Bee Festival is going to take place from 10 to 6 at Falling Creek. And that's on County Farm Road here in Bedford. And it looks, I saw on Facebook, it looked like they're going to have a day full of ways that you can learn about honey and bees and pollinators. And so that's an event here at Falling Creek. And they have, like I said, on Facebook, they have the information there. So as we're closing up, I just want to remind everyone that this is a monthly podcast. So stay tuned for future episodes. And also, if you'd like to keep up to date on social media, we have a Facebook page. It's called Bedford County, Virginia Agriculture, and it has the logo from this podcast as its as the profile picture. And I want to thank our guests, Ronnie and Dorothy, for being here. It was great talking to you. Kind of forgot that we had this microphone in front of us, and it felt like a good chit chat, a good way to start the day. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. And as a friendly reminder, be good to yourself and be good to others.